Dr. Samuel Wanende Watulatsu.
Oh, thank you so much.
We are grateful to have you here, especially when everybody knows about your good works with the community and the globe.
Thank you.
Please take a seat.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is Karodi Media House. Today we are hosting none other than our own Dr. Samuel Watulatsu, a citizen that has worked his way through to put our region to the global scenes, but also working heartily with the community, much far-fetched with the needy communities to self-realization. I want to thank you once again, Honorable Samuel Watulatsu. I call you Honorable because I've worked with you in the cultural institution at a very high level. And please, let's know more about you, more so in that strength of your area.
All right, thank you. I don't know how deep you wanted to know me, but I think everybody has known Samuel Watulatsu, PhD.
Yeah.
So I don't want
the
doctor name to think I'm
it is
one who practices injections. Anyway, born and bred in Bugisu sub-region, specifically in Mbale district.
Right.
I have lived here most of my life.
Okay.
I am one person I can say who think globally, but act locally.
Wow.
So I've been engaged in so much on making the world a better place. Studied, grown up here, traveled across. But what I know more is, I think, to make the world better is to try to make people think and be more productive and creative. So I've been quite interested more to making people think and make their society a better place. Simple as that.
That's good. I think just like any other, people normally have what you call turning points. Normally I want to think that having gone to Chankwazi before you joined the university was one other turning point. What do you remember?
Oh, yes.
What specifically do you remember? What cadre number and what specifically remember?
That's quite interesting. I even not know what to. But anyway, I want to say we were actually the pioneer students who went to Chakwanzi in I think it was early. I think towards mid 1991.
Oh wow.
I had finished my senior 6 and senior A-levels. And then
you did A-levels where?
I was at Vukedi College Kacho.
Oh, after Nabumali?
Nabumali, I was in O-level in Nabumali.
So you're my OB in Vukedi College?
Oh yeah, oh that's good. Actually, yes, and those days we would do our exams for A-level in March.
Yeah, sure.
And actually it turned out I can actually bring out this with the pride. I was actually the top student. Wow. I was actually the best in the whole school.
Wow, that was
great.
I
went to Makerere on government sponsorship.
Wow.
So, but before we joined Makerere, we were in Chankwanzi.
No, just remind me. So after being declared the best student, how did you know about it? Because there was no phone, there was no what? How did you?
No, of course. We went to get our results, and the headmaster there actually was very proud. And
but how did they break the news? When you entered the gate, were you aware of what had happened?
Well, I think when I reached there, everybody was amazed when I arrived, and my name had already
circulated everywhere. Wow.
The school, so I was the top.
So you're a celeb there then?
Yeah, I think I was. So I think you're asking me about yes. So I'm
cadre
number 18.
Do you remember anyone that you went to that cadreship with?
I think I remember the Kabushengas.
Seriously?
This Moholi. I think there are a number of people actually we went to Chankwanzi together. I think there were the Nabilas,
Nagai,
Nagai. There were many, actually, a number of my cohort. There's Namara. Namara, I think Namara is a permanent one of the commissioners in Ministry of Local Government. Actually, and we actually many.
I just want to drive strictly there. Have you ever called for an audit of where each one of you is today?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I could say, yeah, many of them joined the military service.
Yeah.
I think many of them are in very high government positions. I think I've been more of a laid-back person and a strategic thinker.
Oh, you have been working with the community. Of
Yeah,
course,
I've been
that's
working
also
with the community, but I keep reading and seeing them. But I've not been so keen into
No, I want
we meet.
I want to think that you need to audit yourselves, guys, because that was a very turning point. I can tell you, at a youthful time, being militarized and then set back to the community was not something.
Exactly. I think I can also tell you that the government kept tracking many of us.
Yes.
I remember when we had just finished Makerere University in 1994, June 11.
Yeah.
So we were asked to go to meet many of us who were there. I think the Namaras is the person I remember very well.
Yeah.
So we were asked to go to the International Conference Center. So we went there and we were being hosted and not sure what we were waiting for until a little late in the night. We saw the president arrive to meet us. And actually the president, that was the time they were trying to modernize the army.
Yes.
And so they were appealing to many of us who had just finished university to join the military.
Okay.
And to be very honest, I was a little uncomfortable. I could not pick interest. But a number of people actually joined the army through that. And I think that is how the army was actually being, I could actually say the military was actually kind of advanced through
that mechanism.
Yes, the mechanism.
Okay.
So I remember, but me, I kind of laid myself.
Oh, that's nice. So you finish Makerere and then go to work with.
I think when I finished Makerere, I thought I could easily get a job, but unfortunately, I could not. So I could not turn out to be into self-pity, because I tried out a number of interviews, but just because maybe I was not as lucky to get a job in government or into, seeking for employment, I opted actually to say, oh, no, I'll not have self-pity, but I'll determine to use my skills and experience and exposure in university. And I could actually say this, in my village, I was actually the first graduate.
Oh, how?
So when I did that, I said, okay, there are a number of challenges. I'll not keep looking for a job, but I could be able to think of something to create opportunities and bring them to my local society. So through that, I can actually say I am actually a pioneer of social reforms in some of these communities, because like in Bugisu, I don't think there were many organizations.
No.
Actually,
you could have been there, but they could have had a different mechanism.
Absolutely.
Yes. But so, I have this one incident. One time we were chatting and I said, at one time you worked in Moroto?
Yes, I was actually trying to give that. So I actually did an interview in Mbale under the District Service Commission, which was almost like the fourth interview.
Yeah.
But you'd find the same people on the panel. But I knew there was, I'm sorry, I don't know whether I can tell you this, but I noticed that sometimes the interview panels were not fair. So I think in that interview,
protest?
Yes, I just protested. I said, after all, they'll not give me a job. I just went there. They asked me the names. I said, but I've been there all the time. You know me.
All of you guys know me. Why?
So I just woke up, banged the door, and I left. Yeah. So shortly, I got an opportunity that had been passed on through my uncle, and then he told me, oh, you can go to Karamoja. So I went to Karamoja. Actually, I went to Kotido.
Yes.
So reaching Kotido.
How did you get to Kotido? Or was it easier?
Terrible. I could tell you very interesting news. I went through, we would go through Kitigum, just some very
You first go far north and then...
we would actually, the roads were so bad. So we went, then Patongo, we went through Dilang, we went through, I think, Labor. I think we entered the Kotido through Labor. It was kind of a different world. So I think that was just very interesting. We went up to Kotido, and they paid for my accommodation, and I think that was quite interesting. I met a number of people from the Netherlands who were running a program on HIV under Karamoja Diocese. So when I did the interview, actually I got the results that same day. They said, I think by the determination that you have had to come
to arrive here,
you deserve
take it
job.
all.
So I got a job as a coordinator for HIV AIDS prevention program and all Karamoja Diocese.
And when was that?
That was about 1997.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
97.
So I got a job, and then I worked there, and it was kind of a very tough time.
Had you again got to your beautiful wife by then?
No.
You were still, so you had some more time around. Yes.
But it was very interesting. I'll tell you how God serves people. While I was, we had driven past a certain location in I think between Adilang in Kitgum.
Yeah.
So I immediately left. A landmine hit some other vehicle behind. For 15 minutes, we had a landmine that killed a number of people. I said, oh, I think this was divine. God
exactly, because you maybe passed over it, but it was not ready.
It was not ready. So
blast.
Yeah. So I worked in Karamoja briefly, and it was kind of a good experience and exposure to work in Karamoja.
Then something queer happened then.
Yes, it was tough. Actually, I had a neighbor, my colleague, and the son of late Bishop Gonahasa in Ukwere here. One time he was just leaving. It was just one of his last leg of working
service in that.
So he had gone to pick some guests from actually the diocesan development worker who was in Karamoja. So on the way back, and this was his last trip to go and finish up, leave. I was going to Edinburgh, University of Edinburgh.
Sure.
So on the way to, as I was delivering, some Karamojong, I think they had this kind of trick where they would say, let's target
a warrior or something.
A warrior, yeah. So on the way, just see this fellow just stupidly just started to target and then killed the young man. Very brilliant and the potential. That was really tough. That was actually my last time. And we came to Bari, and on Bari I just said, I'll never go back. I think that was really tough. So I left everything there, and I concentrated. But before I got to Karamoja, with these interviews, I was just thinking, I just need to do something.
Yes.
So I created the organization called the Foundation for Development of Needy Communities in 1996. FDNC.
Wow.
Now, that is somehow some people misunderstood that organization and thought it's FDC.
Okay.
So yes,
that's a new creation, FDNC.
Yeah, but I wish I knew. I would have actually petitioned to the court people who had created FDC. So people misunderstood it, but we were pioneers of social reforms to this region.
Wonderful. We want to again to thank Courtsview Hotel for giving us the opportunity to partner with them with the experience of some having pioneered and maybe not properly known by so many.
Maybe I'm a laid back person.
Yes.
But I mean well.
So let's now move to FDNC.
Thank you.
All right. How then you come back and then you
I reignited it.
Yeah.
And so I come back. I was trying to volunteer. I volunteered with an organization called the YMCA.
Yeah.
Young Men Christian Association, which I tried to pioneer a number of things, and then shortly I put much concentration on my initiative.
Agency. Yeah.
So I created the Foundation for Development of Needy Communities, an organization that actually came up, and we demonstrated potential, capacity, and strategy to make the world a better place.
Thank you. Before you came back, you put your energies to FDNC. What highlights do you have at the YWCA?
Yeah, why highlights? Actually,
YMCA.
I could say that. I think many of you who have been to the Vungoko sub-county,
Yeah, sure.
I played a very, very big role into creating visibility, mobilizing a number of young people. Actually,
Yeah.
I tried to put in a lot of morale.
Okay.
To, that time I was still so young and energetic and very experienced.
Yeah.
To mobilize a number of youth. So, for example, we mobilized a number of young people to make local bricks. We got land in the community, and then we set up a very good foundation. I remember there was an organization called Y Care, and together with the Young Men Christian Association based in Kampala.
Yeah.
So we mobilized, and then we brought in lots of support. So Y Care was able to fund the establishment of the foundation, and when we were putting up a resource center at the sub-county.
Wow, the current
yes, that YMCA, I have at least a connection to it without reservation.
Okay.
And then we got a lot of funding from an organization called the Center for Development and Population Activities. We created up something called the Youth Development and Reproductive Health Project. So there was a lot of guidance, livelihoods, improvement amongst the youth. Then we also got support from the district health services program under the district medical officer then.
Yeah.
They used to call them DMOs, now
Yeah.
the district director of health services.
Yeah.
So we got about 46 million shillings, I remember that time, which was not very little.
Wow.
So we were able to mobilize and do a lot of medical programs, sort of springs, protection, and many programs within the community, and it was so powerful.
Wonderful.
And then from there, I think, I reached a level, so things were moving within the community. Running a lot of community ventures is not a very easy thing. Mindset.
Oh yes.
So I opted to kind of leave the program to move on
and then
concentrate on my program.
Wow, that's super. You pioneered two things. One, there was a secondary school.
Oh, good. Okay.
Secondary school there, and then a health center.
Yes.
What inspired you? I know what inspired you about the health center. There is a lady who died.
Yes, and
trying to look for medication.
Yes, I could also tell you a little bit about, I think, the school.
Yes.
The school.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember when we were growing up, there were a number of young ladies who were a little above us in education. So there was this family. She was one of the top students in pupil in one of the schools.
Yes.
But unfortunately, she was not able to go to a boarding school.
Yeah.
Because the parents were very needy.
Couldn't afford it. Yeah.
So the best school which was nearest was Mbale Senior Secondary School. So this lady, I think, was always walking all these miles, over 10 miles every day. I think 20, 10 to Mbale and then 10 back. So on her way back to school one evening, a vehicle just...
Of course.
she got an accident and around the quarter guard of the military, Magani military. So I remember in Namali boarding primary school in 1983, and when I heard that news, I think it hit me heavily. So I remember a very brilliant girl who by now would be maybe a permanent secretary or anywhere.
Having undergone through that experience.
So the family, I think, got disoriented, and people really hated education because of that. So I said, if God helps me and I ever go, finish and I get opportunity, I'll try either to create my own secondary school to help people there. I was young, but planned. So time came, I'd connected a lot, and I was kind of thinking, globally. So I heard about an opportunity with the American Embassy. So we connected to the community. The church had given land, and then the sub-county had given some support to create a foundation. So, and then from there I said, wow, I can help mobilize this in memory of this girl. My motivation was in memory of the girl. So eventually we connected to the American Embassy, and it was amazing how it was divine. We were able to get funding to complete a 4-classroom block.
Wow.
In Vungoko, and the ambassador of the United States to Uganda, I remember she was called Nancy Powell, gave a donation, something called the Ambassador Self-Help Fund.
Yeah.
So then they added support. So that school is there because there was that background, and I'm so proud about that.
So that was your growth.
Yes.
You know, you're always inspired by delivering one, and then you
something strikes and so forth.
Wow.
And then so the organization, I reused that, and we imaged the Foundation for Development of Needy Communities that has empowered so many people.
That is a problem. Some people don't know that there is a social impact, more so sought after something. Because once you see something, you feel that I must come up with a solution, a solution to a problem. Now, so when the solution comes in, most people want to just start understanding from there, not looking through why probably such a solution has been put in place. And that's where you get misinformation and this and that. So now let's stay focused on FDNC and the global connection. I remember you had one of the first brass bands in the region. And that also goes back to your to a wedding you attended.
That's quite funny. I think I grew up a very laid-back person, but very deep in my thoughts. So I went to Namali High School from Namali boarding, and while we were there, I think there was I had a lot of interest in music, but I really loved to sing and also to play instruments. And then
did you play instruments?
Yeah, I could play keyboard.
Because somebody told me you were a prayer warrior at one time.
That's deep again. That's deep again. Yes. But anyway, yes, while in Namali, I think the key thing I remember, there was some white fellow from United Kingdom called John Chamberlain.
Yes.
So John Chamberlain had a wedding. Yeah, he married a Ugandan young lady. I remember, and then we went in cathedral, and then there was a reception at St. Austin.
Wow.
And I remember the key thing I saw was a brass band from the prisons.
Wow.
And I remember the teacher of the brass band, that brass band was from Navmali. There was an actually from Navmali.
Yeah.
So he came and they played very wonderful music. And you know, I would really have this kind of fantasy and said, I think this is something I can own. It's something I can create one time.
Exactly.
So eventually I nurtured that idea. And I remember also when we were in Changpanzi on military training. Yes. So there was the police band that came on the pass out parade. And I really loved it. So while in Makerere University, we used to have days for our halls. I was in Livingstone Hall. I was a gentleman, for those who can know Livingstone Hall. So many times we would have those brass bands. I think I remember the only key bands in Uganda were how many? Police band, the prisons band, the army band, and then the only private band was Kamuli Boys.
Kamuli Boys, I remember.
So I said, I think after university, I want to create a brass band also in
in my region.
Yes. Now, when we came here, I was nurturing those ideas, and somehow I remember very well. We had the who was this guy? The Kofi Annan, the United Nations
the Secretary General.
So we
let's pray that our brother Olara
Otuno,
makes it
wish
to
him
that.
Well, wish him well.
Yeah.
So so this brass band was hired at about 3 million shillings cash, plus transportation to Mbale.
From Kamuli?
No, it was actually the police band. Because it was a heavy national function. The Secretary General of the United Nations came.
I think he flew in Mbale.
Yeah, he flew in Mbale. I remember even the events. I still have
under the auspices of our senior diplomat. Pakabulo.
Yes, let James Pakabulo. So when he came, it was that brass band from the police that was hired, and it was very expensive. I said, I think this is now the best time I need to think. So I had a lot of networks, connections, and had a friend in England, whom I said, I would like to connect to some of the military bands. And that time, the only place we would go for connection, like emailing, there was, I think, the private sector
Foundation.
in Bali here.
Yeah.
No, it was just on Republic Street opposite
Yes.
police.
Yeah.
No, opposite the post office.
Yes. Yeah, I think it has been.
Yeah, so there was a UN volunteer from India or Nepal, and then he had an email called Binoy at swiftuganda.com. So we would always pay to send emails
And receive.
And receive.
So you had an email, but a public email.
A public email. All of us would go there, like a post office.
Very
box.
interesting.
So I remember we connected, and I had some contacts in Europe. So we had a contact. I had a contact from there's a place actually in Surrey County near the military academy.
Yeah, Sandhurst.
Sandhurst. It was, yeah. So we had a group called the Camberley Youth Wind Orchestra. So I wrote them, and then they were very interested. They asked me to to give a whole list of musical instruments that we would need. So I knew a person in Amalia I was with. He was ahead of me. He was called Dayas Odoi. So I went and asked this Odoi if he knows, because he was very experienced with the ideas on musical instruments. Although me, I knew some few instruments. So I needed a whole list of musical instruments. So he guided me and gave me a full list of those musical instruments. And then I tried to come up with a proposal, and then we submitted. So after submission, after a few days, he said, "We are very proud to tell you that we've been able to raise for you all this."
That was a breaking news.
That was a breaking news.
Yeah.
So I tried to connect, and they were connected to some pilot from British Airways.
Yeah.
Who would bring.
I remember using British Airways landing at Gatwick.
Yes.
Those
actually,
days.
Yes. I think that was Stansted. Then they
took smaller planes.
Yes.
But at least Gatwick was very official.
Exactly.
Especially in Tebe, Gatwick.
Yeah. So now, this pilot had always flies to Entebbe. So they said, okay, they connected. We wrote a request from Uganda.
Yeah.
And then they were very interested. They said, okay, we'll be able to fly in these musical instruments. Quite close to 1,000 kilograms.
Wow, that's a metric ton.
Yeah. So they were able to fly this equipment to Entebbe. And that was quite unique.
I know.
I said, finally, the vision
has arrived.
True.
Yeah.
So we're able to have that. And there's another big problem of clearance. So the government, URA, wanted us to pay. And I think I became very rude. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
But I said, I cannot pay even 1 shilling.
You stood your ground.
Yeah, I stood my ground. But again, they were insisting. I was almost becoming very rowdy. Then I was quite connected to the Mbale District Youth Office.
Of the time.
Yes, I remember people like now Dr. Masokoi, Henry Nalianya. There are a number of people who were able to, Manana, so Henry also. There are a number of people. So I requested, I think another one was a young lady called Irene somebody. I met her in South Africa recently. So they were in the youth group. And then I requested them that I need help. I'm not going to pay any taxes. Because all I need is help. So they connected to the district leadership, and then the district leadership was very proud and impressed.
Wow.
So they said, we can go and see. So I took them to the airport and we requested to see where the equipment were before they released them. So the district quickly organized an executive meeting, and then they approved the support to pay for all the costs.
Wow.
So that was how the idea
was realized.
It was realized, yeah.
Exactly.
So eventually they gave me vehicles. We came and picked musical instruments from the airport. Then I asked this young fellow, it's called Dias. We were able to mobilize young people, and requested him to be part of my organization.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I think that is when most people start seeing you. Do you remember any big function that you performed and felt, wow?
Oh yes, I think there are many. One, the first function I remember was, I think that was a crusade, a Christian crusade. So they hired the band, and the band is just hardly 2 weeks. The children were able now to perform.
Wow.
And then we were able to march from Maluku all the way to Mbale here, and I think that was terrible.
I mean,
people had never felt that
the local community can have their own creation like
yes,
that.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So I think I would like to acknowledge and really recognize a number of young people who performed it. Yes.
Yeah.
But for us, my mother taught us to really. We actually say that akola bubi omukola bulungi. We were raised in a biblical setup.
Your mother's names again?
Oh, my mother's name is Jessica Mugide Watulatsu.
Oh.
And aging gracefully, and bless her. So we've been very happy. I would like to recognize them very heavily, and also my family. I have a small family.
Your beautiful wife.
Yes, Irene, and the children.
Yeah, if you break their names.
Samson. We have Give Blessings.
Yeah.
And we have Ian.
Wow.
And apart from God, we have Nehemiah in heaven. Yeah, I think if God can listen, let him know. We still miss him, but he's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good roundup. I would like to give you hope that agencies that incubate personalities, they should give them opportunities. For example, government of Uganda empowered you as a cadre. I think they should look into that because as you are saying, you have just said, you have helped the brass band young people who you supported primarily, who have joined government. That's already a plus in government. But government can also do two things. Number one, they can either absorb you in their operations or they can empower you in your operations. That's what is happening elsewhere, and that's what I think the government of Uganda should do here as well. We want to thank you so much. Okay, do you have any agency in mind that you want to shoot regards to?
Oh, actually, let me say this. The work of the Foundation for Development of Needy Communities would not have been where it is because we have to acknowledge the immense support of a number of our development partners. We've had organizations I've mentioned like Kambale Youth Wind Orchestra. We've had Church World Service. I would like to especially recognize the Kimbuta Rural Development Program based in the UK, in Frodisham. We've had American Jewish World Service.
Wow.
We have partnerships, Overseas Networking Trust. We've had the Japanese Embassy.
Wow.
The American Embassy. Foundation for Sustainable Development, Operation Crossroads Africa, a number of organizations, the Global Fund for Children.
Wow.
These have done a lot of work. So there are so many organizations. I was at the World Bank in Washington, courtesy of the Youth to Youth program. So this imaged me widely. The Bradley Hills Presbyterian Church in Denver, Colorado. We have various organizations in Florida and everywhere.
Wow.
So I could mention many.
Yeah.
So our work would not have been what it is without this immense support. And we are so great.
Mbale Court Studio Hotel, Kadodi Media House, and me, the host here, Matthias Nabutele. Thank you so much, our viewers. Thank you. We look forward again to further partnership with the great organizations.
Yes.
Please keep supporting Sam. At every age, he has a different support level that he requires to power up this.
Thank you.
I can tell you that 10 years ago, street kids are no longer street kids, they're street men. So the interventions of then and the interventions of now are two different requirements.
Exactly.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.